What's the worst thing that an ex has ever done to you? It might have been cost you about $350,000 if your name is Eric Abramovitz. Here's what happened to the McGill University clarinet player. So he was one of the top clarinetists, say that 3 times fast, in Canada, and he applied for a 2-year full-time scholarship at Colburn University in Los Angeles. It's a really prestigious program where he would have been receiving about $50,000 a year, and he would have been one of 2 students to study under Yehuda Gilad, who's considered one of the best clarinet players in the world. And he got accepted in February of 2014, although he never found out about that because his ex-girlfriend, who, well, I guess his girlfriend at the time, had access to his laptop, saw the email, responded saying that he was declining the offer because she was afraid that if he went to the program in Los Angeles, because remember McGill's in Canada, that he would leave her. Long story short, they ended up breaking up anyway, and when Eric found his way to Los Angeles to study under the same instructor just through roundabout ways, the instructor asked him, why did you turn down this offer? You were one of 2 students, and he said, I didn't reject you. Why'd you reject me? They realized that something had been lost in translation, and they figured out what had happened, and that the girlfriend was really at the mastermind, the evil genius behind all of this. And he took this to a judge, and the judge has decided that yes, there were significant damages and that he should be awarded some monetary amount. This is what the judge said. I accept and find that Mr. Abramovich lost a unique and prestigious educational opportunity, one that would have advanced his career as a professional clarinetist. It is difficult to quantify such a loss. One hears of the big breaks that can launch a promising artist to a stratospheric career. I cannot speculate as to how high and how quickly Mr. Abramovich's career might have soared, but for the interference by Ms. Lee, that's the girlfriend. But the law does recognize that the loss of a chance is a very real and compensable loss. Is that how you say that?
Compensable, sure.
It is now.
Right. There you go. So the twist of this whole thing is that it's unlikely he will be actually collecting any of these damages, because just so you know that when a judge says you're awarded this amount of money, there's very little they can do to actually make that money appear if the person doesn't have that money, which it doesn't seem as though Miss Lee has. So his former girlfriend has not responded to the claim against her, and yeah, she's just kind of doing radio silence and apparently has blocked him on all social media. And that is perhaps one of the worst things that an ex could do to you.
Oh my God.
This is a whole new level of crazy.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. I hope did I explain that okay? Because there are a lot of, it's multifaceted. Any questions for me?
It's like he had an amazing opportunity, right? And she went, nope, I want you for me, and pretended to be him, turning down said opportunity multiple times, which was actual money on top of the opportunity, just to spend more time with him. I wonder why you guys are broken up.
So, James, yeah, I think Grace, we have the same question, right? What's the craziest thing an ex has ever done to you?
I've been pretty lucky with my exes. I'm friends, or at least loose friends, and cordial with all my exes. So I have not had any craziness, luckily. Not at that level, at least.
What about you guys? You asked the question, but can you answer it?
Right?
Yeah, I feel like you've got a story.
You got a story. Just
the craziest thing an ex ever did to me was give me crabs. No, that's
wow.
Not really.
You got that recorded. Please, somebody make that a GIF.
All right. I just want give me crabs.
It's gonna haunt you forever.
Just Jason saying, "Give me crabs." Try to
steal my car. That was
what?
It. Yeah, try to steal my car.
Tried to steal your car? How?
With one of those like Jimmy things, and I had him on camera trying to steal my car.
Oh my God.
What was he gonna do with it?
I don't know. This is New Mexico back in the early 2000s. People were like really crazy back then. But that was it.
I mean, we're talking about like thousands and thousands of dollars. I think in my case, it was just kind of weird. I had an ex-girlfriend hold on to a sweatshirt of mine for a while that had my full name and my basketball number on it, and people would see her wearing it around campus. It's a comfy sweatshirt, but I remember thinking like, girl, we're not together. It's my full name. It's not just like it said the team name. It was Grace Baldridge, number 14, and I was like, you dumped me. Like, you can't wear my sweatshirt. I think I've even said that before on the show. I really want that sweatshirt back.
Yeah, if anybody sees that sweatshirt roaming around,
she did. She eventually gave it back. It took years, but she gave it back.
I don't think I've had any exes do crazy stuff at all. But I remember at one time I was like, I had it with this relationship. I need to break up with this girl, but I had shot a video and I needed it edited, and at the time I didn't know how to edit it. So I was like, I gotta stay in this relationship for like at least a week
told me about
more,
that.
so that I can get this, because I already promised people it'd be edited, and if we break up, we gotta find a new
opportunistic
editor.
at its finest.
Sometimes it bees like that, James.
That's so evil, right?
No, it's not.
Ugh, good God. So we already talked about a $350,000 penalty levied by a judge. How about another hefty fine? This takes place in a museum. This is at the Tomahawk Ridge Community Center in Overland Park, Kansas. There was a kid at an event just kind of walking around the community center, and he sees a statue, and he's like, I would like to touch that statue because I am a child. Reaches up, messes with essentially the platform that the statue is on. Statue takes a bit of a tumble. And that thing fell, and they are being charged. Here it is.
I'm worried about the kid. That like it's on top of him.
Right. Yep. This is the best part where they're hugging, and then no.
Oh wow. Oh, it's still intact.
Yeah, right. And then these people who are just sitting there.
Right.
The only person that comes to help is another kid who's like, oh, nope, you're on your own, buddy. I'm gonna go.
And he's like, I was in this hallway the whole
And he runs.
time.
He runs away.
I mean, that's a full-blown sprint too.
Yeah.
So they are charging him and his family for the damages, which total $132,000.
What? Homie's like 7 years old.
Yo,
like, what do you expect? If you got a $132 or probably $500,000 statue just lying around, bolt that thing down. Put up a little glass case. That's on you guys.
Whoa. Get your kids. You're fine. That's a great point. But how many times have you walked into like a Verizon store, T-Mobile, AT&T, or whatever, and you see kids just like knocking stuff over, stealing iPhones?
You can't steal anything. They latch those things so hardcore. You can't even steal a charger.
The point you can't steal a charger. But the point I'm making is that people let their kids run rampant. Growing up, my mom gave me that look. And you guys like sit your black ass. That look. Kids, right? The look.
My mom did teacher voice, which was like, no, sit.
Exactly.
Just like,
So they use your full name.
Yeah.
And they're like James David Mazel. I'm like, I've done something wrong. Right. I don't even know what it is at this point. I'm sitting right here, but I know I've done something wrong.
Get your kids.
David into this.
I do think that parents nowadays allow their kids to just go off and be wild and rancorous, and they shouldn't, especially in places that have valuable things. Mind you, you make a great point. They should have bolt that thing down.
There's rampant bad parenting about, absolutely. But also, if you had a $500,000 statue, like, wouldn't you want to protect it a little bit? I mean, it was on, it was like this, but on a smaller thing. Like it was just sitting just right there. Yeah. Just like, come and knock me over. Knock me over.
The mom said it's in the main walkway, not a separate room, no plexiglass, no protection, not held down. There was no border around it. There wasn't even a sign that said do not touch. The people who are speaking on behalf of those who incurred the damages said there's a societal responsibility that you may not interact if it is not designated for interaction.
So yeah,
I think it's like explain the societal norms to a 6-year-old.
That kid can't pronounce societal responsibility. I can barely pronounce it. Like it's 7 years old.
That's what I think. It's like both things are true, which is like lock your stuff down if it's that valuable, and also like be mindful of your kids as well. But you can't be like the societal expectation of a 7-year-old. Like, come on, just give them a juice box.